You know, the media tells us the Republican Party's in trouble. The media tells us that we're divided. They tell us it's the Democratic Party that's the one that's united. Well, I have something I want to say to the American media. I'd rather be in a party that's divided fighting for liberty than a united party fighting for the destruction of America. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and then why I'm uniquely qualified to beat Mark Warner. You know, I graduated from the United States Air Force Academy. I quickly went to pilot training where I graduated near the top of my class. And before I knew it, I was flying over the battlefields of Iraq and the battlefields of Kuwait. You know, I flew the big 4-engine KC-135 aerial refueler. Maybe y'all have seen some pictures of that where the one plane lowers the boom and the other plane comes up and does the refueling. So there for a while, my professional job was to pass gas for a living. You know, I say that to kind of break the ice, but you know, I wasn't flying over the battlefields of Iraq and Kuwait for the thrill of flying. I flew over there because I had a job to do. I had a duty. And like many of you here today and many people you know, I raised my right hand and I promised to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that Constitution needs more defenders now than any time in my life. And I'm going to stand behind the original contract with America because that is what makes and keeps us free. You know, my career ended as a pilot in the presidential wing at Andrews Air Force Base. I was there flying congressional and VIP support. I was flying during the President Clinton era. Of course, that's E-R-R-O-R, the President Clinton error. And I got out after 9 years. And I got out as a captain. I was a flight commander. You see, because at the 9-year mark of my career, my wife, Robin, 5 years before that, was pregnant with our second child. And the doctors gave us some grave news and shared with us that she had a rare form of bone cancer. And they told us that we have to terminate the pregnancy. And you know, it's one thing to be something in theory, but it's another thing when that something lands on your lap. And my wife and I chose life. And today, our son is 21 years old. He volunteers as a medic. He rides the ambulance up in Northern Virginia where I live, and he brings life to the accident scene. Do you see the circle? And on January 14th of this year, my wife and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to introduce you to her today, my wife, Robin. You know, I tell you this story about myself because when we go to fight Mark Warner, we have to have somebody who can stand on the moral high ground, that can look Mark Warner toe-to-toe and fight him against Obamacare, against immigration, against higher taxes. We have to have somebody who can hold his feet to the fire. Yes, I agree they're going to lie about us. Yes, I agree that's their modus operandus. But we don't have to have them hand them the truth and then have them come after us on that. So real quickly, I want to put a chalkboard up here. On the right-hand side of the chalkboard, I want you to tell me the characteristics of the next United States Senator that you want to hire to beat Mark Warner. So you tell me, somebody, there's no planted answers, so you tell me, somebody scream out to me, what do you want me to write down on the right-hand side of this chalkboard of the characteristics of who you want to be our next United States Senator? Somebody.
Honesty.
Somebody who's honest.
Fiscal responsibility.
Somebody who's got fiscal responsibility. Maybe somebody who has an undergraduate degree in finance, perhaps. Maybe somebody who has a master's degree in finance. What else? How about somebody who's a small business owner? How about somebody who's a veteran? Okay. How about somebody who's a combat pilot? Let's put that there as well. How about somebody who has integrity? Would you guys like that characteristic?
How about a non-lawyer?
Somebody who's a non-lawyer. I like that too. You know, on the integrity issue, how about somebody who's never traded their principles for money? Okay, we'll put that there. Now on the left-hand side, real quickly, I want you to tell me the characteristics of Mark Warner that we can attack.
Liar!
Well, he's a liar. All right, I like that. What's the number one issue we can get Mark Warner on? Obamacare! So let's asterisk that and let's star it. How about raising our taxes? How about his desire to want cap and trade? You know what? I think we should cap and trade Warner. How about his desire to have Common Core? You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is important. Because when we cast a ballot at the convention, when we select our nominee that's going to challenge Mark Warner, we cannot select somebody who takes these issues off of the table. Now go with me on this real quick and I'll close up. I got a 2-minute signal, so I'll close up on this. If I have a master's, I do have a master's degree, but if I have a speeding ticket, if I've got a speeding ticket, and Mark Warner has a speeding ticket, do I have the moral high ground to attack him on being faster than the posted speed limit? No. If I've got a speeding ticket and he's got a speeding ticket, I cannot go after him for him speeding because I lose the moral high ground. So ladies and gentlemen, the number one issue is Obamacare. If I have a direct connection to Mitt Romney and Romneycare and I'm on TV advocating for the benefits of Romneycare, I lose the moral high ground to go after Mark Warner for his decision to vote for Obamacare. If I advocate for the TARP and I advocate for the bailouts of big businesses, I lose the moral high ground to go after Mark Warner who voted to expand our government. If I advocate for higher taxes, I lose the moral high ground to go after Mark Warner for voting for higher taxes. And you know, Mark Warner looked right at us. He looked right at the camera and he said he would not vote for a health care bill that took away our plan. Our plan and our ability to choose a doctor. He looked right at the camera and he told us that he would not vote for a health care bill that took away our choice of a doctor. Well, through the power of technology, my wife downloaded that video, stuck it on a thumb drive, and I now have that thumb drive in a nondescript location in an underground bunker, ready to use it against him. Because when you have the moral high ground, you're able to fight Mark Warner toe to toe. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we have inalienable rights. And I believe that those rights come from our Creator. The rights of life and liberty. The rights to keep and bear arms. And by the way, I'm exercising that right. I believe that those rights come from our Creator, not from some government. If you want that kind of senator, the senator that's over here with integrity and honesty and business experience and finances that will be able to hold Mark Warner accountable, you got him in me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it. May God bless you and God bless Virginia.